Good morning. Good morning, or good afternoon, I guess. It's not morning, right? It's afternoon. Let me finish setting up my phone here in just a minute. Make sure we are live. I am going to share this with my group. And we'll get started. How is everyone today? If you're here with me, can you leave me a comment, send me a little note letting me know that you're here with me, and that you can hear me okay. If you haven't ever joined me for a live class before, my name is Jana Edwards, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Corpus Christi, Texas, in the United States. And I share ideas, tips, and tricks on how to use Stampin' Up! Products. And I try to go live once a week. Life has been crazy the last 2 weeks. Try to go live once a week and show you a particular product bundle and teach you how to stamp and how to make cards. So I'm glad that you're here with me today, and let's get started. I have just a few announcements. Right now, everybody is getting ready for Christmas season, so I thought that we would do a few Christmas cards using some snowflakes. If you aren't part of my email newsletter, you can click the link in the description of the video and sign up to receive my email newsletter, and I send out a PDF for the projects. And you can also find the PDF over on my blog. The blog post should be live on my blog here at stampininc.com. The blog post should be live, and if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the blog post, it should give you there's a little link for you to go out and grab the PDF. The PDF has pictures and measurements and a list of supplies for you. Okay. Right now, I don't have a lot of announcements. Stampin' Up's not really offering any specials right now. However, January 7th, we will kick off our celebration. That is for every $60 that you spend on Stampin' Up! Product, you get to pick a free item out of the celebration catalog. If you would like a catalog, leave me a message in the comments and just comment catalog, and I'll get with you. You can send me a private message, a DM, send me your address, or sign up for my email newsletter, and that way and then just type catalog in an email to me, and I'll get your address from you and everything so that you can get the catalogs from me. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera down. I joined our team does swaps once a month, and this month was Christmas, so I have some swap cards to show you. So we're going to do that real quick, okay? Let me turn the camera down so you can see the swap cards. Let me go ahead and switch over. I'm going to get rid of this here, and then I am going to switch over here. There we go. And let me go ahead, pull up my swap cards for today. These are the swap cards that we did for this month. This is a really cute swap card using I think it's Reindeer Days bundle. And this one is by Robin Del Porto from California. So she's part of our team, and this was her card. And then this is another card. I think this is called the Snowy Wonder Suite. This was Connie Duffy created this card. Isn't that cute? This one is called the Nests of Winter, I believe. And this is from Anne-Marie Heil. She's the one who coordinates all of our swaps. She does a fantastic job for us. If you're here, can you leave me a comment? I should be receiving comments from Facebook and YouTube. So if you're watching me on YouTube or Facebook, leave me a comment so that way I can see your comments, okay? This is the Nest of Winter. Isn't that cute? This one, I'm not sure what this one is. And it's, anyway, this is another stamp set by Stampin' Up. There's a fall card created by Terry Hopkins. This one is another stamp set from the Reindeer Days, or another suite from the Reindeer Days. Isn't that cute? I love it. This is a fun fold. You flip it open. This one is the Humble Home bundle, and this one's on my list of things, on my list of bundles to create for one of our Christmas cards in December. Another Nest of Winter. This one is the, what is this one called? I know I have it. Christmas Friends. It's this stamp set right here. This one is also on my list. So it's the Christmas Friends. That's what that one is from. And here's another one. It's a birthday card. Isn't this cute? This is for, these are all from the mini catalog, the January to December mini catalog. This is another Christmas card. And then this one is one that, this one is the stamp set. This was my swap card. It's from the stamp set, the one-of-a-kind bundle that we're going to be using today. Aren't those super cute? I love doing swaps with our team. So we always have the cutest cards. Okay, today we are going to be using the one-of-a-kind bundle, and I already have my stamps all mounted, so when I open this, it comes with these stamps and these two dies for a snowflake and then a detailed snowflake. And it's $27.75, so it's a really good price point. We're going to be using this stamp set, or this bundle. We are going to be using the Greetings of the Seasons dies for our sentiments. We are going to be using the Stylish Shapes dies. There's a glare on that, sorry. And then we are also going to be using, hold on. I gotta get up here. We are also going to be using the Snowflake 3D embossing folder, Snowflake Sky, which is this embossing folder right here. Okay, so these are the products that we're going to be using, and we are also going to be using these colors. I just took out some strips for you guys to see. We're going to be using the Pool Party, Lost Lagoon, white, and let me get it out here. Yeah, silver. Okay. So this is it. We're going to be using 2 ink pads and these colors here to create our cards. I wanted to do something super simple. If you want the PDF for today's projects, the PDF looks like this. It's usually 2 pages. Today we're going to do 4 projects, but it has the pictures, measurements of all of the cards, and then it has a list of supplies, and then it also, I put down here at the bottom the bundle that we're going to be using next week. Next week I will be going live on Wednesday, since Thursday and Friday are technically Thanksgiving holidays. Next Wednesday, I will be live at 11. I'm going to go live at 11 a.m. I hope you guys can join me. If you would like the PDF, there's two ways that you can get it. You can go to today's blog post, scroll to the end of the blog. Here's my blog right here. You can go to today's blog post, scroll towards the end of the blog, and there's a link for you to click on to download the PDF, or you can click the link in the description of the video and sign up for the, let me do this real quick. Oops, hold on. How's that? Does that work? Okay. So you can click on the description in the link of the video. Click on the link in the description of the video and sign up for my email newsletter. Sorry. And I will send you the PDF directly to your inbox. And you'll also get information about specials that Stampin' Up! is offering. You will get information about any classes that I'm offering as well. So that's two ways that you can get the PDF. Let's see. What else do I have to tell you? Oh, class kits. So each live class, I offer a free kit for a $50 minimum order in my online store. So if you place an order of $50 or more in my online store, I will send you the kits to create all the projects. I'll send you the paper, any die cuts, the ribbon that I use, any die cuts that I use that aren't already currently in the bundle set that we use. I can't send Stampin' Up! Policy won't allow us to send stamped images, but you'll receive all of the paper products for the kits. Let me show you what it's going to look like if I have one here. So you'll receive, it'll come like this. It'll have a tag. It'll have a tag on it or a label on it that tells you with a link to the video, and it tells you which class it was from, and then all of your it comes in envelopes, and then each envelope will have the kit, the products in it, the supplies in it to create each card, each one that we do. Okay. Having a tough time tripping over my tongue today, guys. It's been a crazy week. Sorry. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to put the PDF over here to the side because I know I'm going to forget the measurements. But I'm going to show you the projects that we're going to make today. So there's 4 cards that we'll be making today. We're going to be creating these 4 cards. I'm trying to get it all in there. Okay, and it's really simple. We're going to be using 1 marker, 1 ink, 2 ink pads. My supply list was super short this week, but so we're going to start off with this card here with the circles, and I tried to die cut everything beforehand so that it wouldn't take so long to put these together. All right, I'm going to move this right here. You guys can, how about if I put it here? Nope, hold on. Trying to figure out the best place to put it. You can see it there. All right, so when you get your kit, it will have all of the paper products for you to use, for you to put your cards together. Okay, so it will be, hold on, give me just a second. Let me fix this. I am going to fix this, maybe come out just a little bit. And see if I can. Hang on. I'm going to move my face up over here. Why does that look so... All right. There we go. Sorry, I meant to do this. Okay, how's that? That's a little better, right? Okay. So let me take this out of the way. I made some changes and okay. If you want to receive the class kits when you place your order, just make sure that you use the host code that's here on the screen, and that way I'll know that you're wanting the class kit. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. For this card, I used the Stylish Shapes dies, and I embossed the background with the snowflake flurry, the snowflake embossing folder. So I'm gonna grab my big, make sure I have my plates. Yes, I do. Okay. And grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And we're going to go ahead and emboss this go ahead and put this in here. There's a line. Stampin' Up provides a line on their embossing folder so that when you put your paper in, you can line it up on the line and keep your paper straight. Move this to the side real quick. Bring this over here. And there's our emboss sheet. Okay, let me put this back on my table over here. I think I embossed all the other ones, all the other projects, so I don't think I'll have to have the big machine again. All right, we are going to go ahead and adhere this white piece, this embossed piece, to the card front using our multi-purpose adhesive. I like to use the multi-purpose adhesive when you have an embossed image, because it gets in all the little nooks and crannies of the embossed paper. and just gives you a good, it adheres really well. And it also gives you a little wiggle room if you need to center your paper on your page. If you're here with me today, leave me a comment and let me know that you're here watching. I'd like to chit chat with you if you want to chat while we're creating. I would love that. All right, so I have 3 circles from the Stylish Shapes dies. I used the number 2, 3, and 4 circles from the Stylish Shapes dies to cut out these circles. I'm going to take the largest circle and the largest snowflake stamp, and I'm going to stamp the snowflake in Lost Lagoon in the center of the largest circle. But since I'm using my stamp for the first time, I'm going to use my Versamark ink pad and just get that stamp inked up really good to fill in all the nooks and crannies of the stamp, and it'll give me a crisper image. I'm just going to go right down and press and hold to give it enough time to soak in the ink. There we go. Put this away before I stick my fingers in it, and I'm going to take my chamois and just clean my stamp really well. Okay. Then I'm going to take the white circle, and what are we using? Sending Flurry Wishes, which is this one. I'm going to use my Lost Lagoon again and stamp my sentiment. Sending a flurry of happy wishes. Now, I use this one, so I'm not going to use the Versamark. Cute. All right. Now, I am going to start assembling. I want one circle here. I cut the snowflake. I used the snowflake die out of the detailed snowflake die out of the bundle to cut this little snowflake out of some silver foil paper. And this is what it looks like. You see that? So I'm going to take just a little bit of adhesive. Oh, look, I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, and there's a couple of pieces that were stuck in there. So I'm going to poke those out with my Take Your Pick tool. Now I'm going to take, and I'm just going to put some glue, some adhesive right here in the center. I didn't glue the whole snowflake. It doesn't take a lot. I'm just going to go like right here in the center. There. Just glue that right down in the center. I got some glue on me. Okay. Then I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to go ahead and glue down my big circle. Then I'm going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals and put it just on this right side because it's going to lay down on the cards on this card here. So I'll put some adhesive right here, but you want that to lay flat. Oh, wrong side, Jana. I'm going to put just a little bit of adhesive right here on this edge. Put that down there. Then I'm going to put a Stampin' Dimensional here and put one here, and then some adhesive right here on this side. Like this. Okay. Then I took some of the ribbon, and what I did was I took the ribbon and I cut it. I'm probably going to have to cut it again because I don't think those pieces are long enough. So I'm going to take about that much. And what I did was I cut it in half. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight because we're going to take some of the threads out to make it look fluffy. Okay, so then we're going to grab the threads here and we're just going to pull. I'm going to do the same with this side. If you're watching today, just leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know that you're here. I like to know who's here with me and chit chat while we're crafting. Okay, so then once you get that done, I just took the pieces, lined them up, tried to. Discovered it's more difficult to tie bows when you're on camera than it is to do it when you're just crafting by yourself. All right. And just get it the size that you want it. That looks good. I'm going to grab some glue dots over here. Put some glue dots on the back of the bow. We're going to put our bow right there in the center and then snip the ends off. grab my rhinestones. Grab a big rhinestone. Put it right in the center of that snowflake. Then I am going to finish off the inside of my card and go ahead and fold this over and burnish my edges really well with my bone folder. Then I'm going to finish off the inside of my card with a little snowflake. Whoops. Use my glue. Be sure to share the video, this video, if you're watching. Be sure to share the video to your page and then comment shared in the comments, and I will enter your name into a drawing to receive the completed projects. I'll send you the projects the completed projects in the mail if you're interested in a chance to win some cute little Christmas cards to send out to your friends. And there's the first card. There we go. All right. So for the second one, we're going to create this one right here. Okay. We're going to create a little background using using our little stamps. So I'm going to clean this real quick because we're going to use Pool Party ink for this one instead of Lost Lagoon. Okay. All right. So we have our kit here. I'm going to go ahead and we'll do the inside of the card first using the Pool Party ink. I'm going to stamp some little snowflakes here. For the inside of the card, I'm just going to go ahead and leave those and grab my glue. Is everybody getting ready for Thanksgiving? We are going to go to my cousin's next week. We usually go to her house for Thanksgiving every year. So that's where we're going to be. The weather is finally feeling like fall here in South Texas. It was 57 degrees yesterday, 42 last night, which was very nice. I love the cold weather. All right. So that's the inside of our card there. And we're going to work on the outside. Okay. We are going to take our adhesive. This is, what is this? This is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, I believe. Nope. This is 4 by 5 1/4. The pool party is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. All right, so we're going to do our 2 snowflakes and just create our background here. That's it. We're going to take our large snowflake and stamp it on the background here. And then we're going to take our little swirly guy and put him and stamp it 3 times. All right. Okay. Then we'll take this and glue it down to the first card layer. Hey Buff, how you doing? Glad you're joining me today. I've been missing you. I love this little set. It's so easy to use. Have you been doing any crafting lately? For the people at work, I know you love to make little gifts for everybody at work. All right, I'm going to take, I already went ahead and die cut the snowflake, the larger snowflake. I used this die cut that comes with the bundle and just die cut my snowflake. Then we are going to stamp our image. Good. I tried to plan it so maybe you could tune in today, Elizabeth. My cousin Buffy watching me on her lunch break. Okay, so we're going to take our sentiment and stamp it here in the center of the snowflake. It says, "Hope you have the merriest season ever." And I don't know if you can see, but I used a marker and I did a little splatter technique with the marker. So, ooh, wreaths. That sounds fun. I have a lady that just joined my team that she makes the prettiest wreaths, and she has a ton that she's been doing for Christmas, and they are so pretty. She makes them with that, you know, like the mesh ribbon and the metal form. Is that what you're doing too? Or are you using like grapevine and stuff? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the card front to glue these card layers to the front of the card. Making sure I have it the right way. Since this is the inside, I want to make sure that I turn the card over this way to make sure it's facing the right way and I don't put it on upside down. You would be surprised how often that happens. Okay. Now I'm going to take my dimensionals and put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of my label here. This label was cut out. I used the label to the Greetings of the Seasons dies to cut these labels out. I'm going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals on here. And just put that right in the center of the card. Then I'm going to take my ribbon, make sure I have this the right way. I'm going to take my ribbon and just make a bow. I'm going to go ahead and get me a piece of tape ready because I'm going to need that piece to hold my ribbon down. I'm just going to make a big bow. Concentration. And just take my tape and tape it to the back. Then I'm going to take a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals. Just to hold the ribbon down. And go ahead, take these off of the back. You're here with me today, leave me a comment. We can chit chat back and forth. I like to know where you're watching from and that you're joining me. And also, if you would do me a favor and share the video, I will put your name in a drawing to win for the completed projects for today's projects. Share the video and I will put your name in a drawing and then draw for someone to win the completed projects for today. All right, and there's card number 2. You can move the ribbon around too to make your, okay, I need to flip that back around. There we go. It's caught. There we go. There's card number 2. We are going to move on to card number 3. This one is one of my favorites, I think. If you want the card kits for today, you can click on the link in the description of the video for all the details. If you would like to get the card kits for today, just place as my thank you, I will send you the card kits for free if you place a $50 order in my online store. And you'll get all of these items here. You'll just need to provide your own stamps and adhesive. Stampin' Up! Won't let us, it's their policy that we're not allowed to send pre-stamped images. Okay, so I went ahead and just pre-did a bunch of this. So I ran this this piece of Lost Lagoon cardstock through the embossing folder. It's the Snowflake Sky embossing folder. It's a 3D embossing folder, so it gives you a really, really nice raised image. I don't know if you guys can see that well or not. And it has these cute little snowflakes on it. See that piece? But you run it through the embossing folder to get that image. If you have a Big Shot or the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine from Stampin' Up, it'll work with those. All right. And I don't have the inside of the card, but I have some cut already. So I'm going to go ahead and do the inside of the card. We're going to finish that off real quick. I'm just going to, again, stamp the little snowflakes inside. Is it 3? Yes. And I'm going to use, whoa, what happened? Okay. I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon ink for this. Stamp it there. And then use my 2 baby snowflakes. I've already pre-stamped and pre-cut the large snowflake, so we don't have to cut that, stamp that. All right, I'm using my multi-purpose adhesive to go ahead and glue down the inside of the card. I like to finish off the insides of the cards only because you get so much weight on that outside layer of the cardstock that the back of the card it doesn't feel as weighty, and I just think it makes the card feel more finished. You could just stamp on the inside of the card or leave it blank if you wanted. It's personal preference, but I like to finish off the inside of the card. All right. So hold on. I'm going to go back to the other card when I finish this one because I forgot to add my embellishments to the outside. Okay. Thank you. Which color? The dark color? The Lost Lagoon, Buffy? Is that what you're talking about? This color I'm holding in my hand right here. It's one of my favorite blues. All right, so we're going to layer this on the top. I will mail out the PDF for this to my email subscribers once the live is over. If you would like to grab the PDF, you can visit my blog at stampedinink.com, and it's posted there, should be posted there today. The post was supposed to go live today at 11. So you just scroll down to the end of the blog post and the PDF is there. It'll have the measurements and everything, photographs, measurements, and supplies for today's class. Okay, so we're gonna take this is Pool Party. We're gonna take the Pool Party circle. I cut these out with the, what did I say? Stylish Shapes dies. I get them mixed up. There's a Stylish Shapes and then there's a Nested Essentials dies, and I get them mixed up. Yeah, this one is the Stylish Shapes dies. Lost Lagoon. We are going to use. I'm gonna move this over here and move that right there. All right, so we're going to use the Lost Lagoon ink, and we're just going to create this background here on our Pool Party circle, on the Pool Party cardstock circle, using these little snowflakes. And I'm just going around the edge of the circle. And stamping the smaller snowflakes. Then I'm going to come in the center and stamp the larger snowflake. Can I get one more in there? There we go. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment on this little banner. I like to use grid paper. This is grid paper by Stampin' Up, and it comes in a large pack. I think they're like 11 by 14, whatever, but I like to use it I cut them down and put them over my piercing mat when I use them so I don't get ink on my piercing mat. But I also like to use the lines to make sure that my banners and everything are lined up. These are my favorite. These are my favorite colors, Buffy. I love these blue colors, and I love to use them on snowflake cards. So we're going to stamp "Thanks for your kindness" on this little banner. I'm so glad that the weather is, sorry, I'm cleaning my stamps over there. I'm so glad that the weather is getting cooler because I get to wear my sweaters, and I drank an extra cup of coffee this morning. All right. We're going to take the smaller circle and glue it to the center of the big white circle. And then I like to lay it all out before I adhere it, just to make sure that my positioning is right. That looks pretty good. Okay. Go ahead and glue this down. Making sure I leave enough room for my banner to hang over the edge there. Move it over just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take dimensionals, and I'm going to put a dimensional on this end and a dimensional on this end, and then I'm going to take some adhesive and put here in the center, so that, because you see how this raises up when you lay it on that cardstock, so you want to have a little bit of lift on this so it all lays flat as one layer. I'm going to take my paper trimmer and just trim off this little edge here. Okay. I'm going to use a little dimensional on this side. Okay. And then just a little bit of glue right here in the center. See how that lays? Okay, then we're going to do the snowflake just like we did the other card. I'm just going to put some glue right here in the center. If I can get it. I'm always afraid this is going to come out really thick on me. All right, I'm going to use my tweezers just to make sure I get it positioned right. Okay. Then I'm going to Put some Stampin' Dimensionals on this side. On one side, I'm going to use some mini dimensionals. I'm going to put a mini dimensional here and a mini dimensional here at the bottom. And then some adhesive right here on this side. Okay. Is everybody still with me? All right. Then we're going to take our embellishments, our rhinestone embellishments. We're going to put a rhinestone right there in the center, and then I'm going to do a rhinestone here at the top, and one here, and a smaller one right about here. There you go. There's card number 3. That feels heavier. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to the second card, okay? And see, I forgot to put the bling on it. So let's put our embellishments on here. That's gonna make me mad. I don't like how that's laying. Oh well. All right. One here, and then one here, and a little one. Whoops. Sometimes they stick to my fingers. And a little one right about here. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to snip this off. Forgot to do that too. Got in a hurry. Okay, we'll see you later, sweetie. You have a good rest of your day, okay? I'm glad you got to stick around with me for a little bit. Love you. If you're here watching me today, leave me a comment and let me know that you're here and where you're watching from. And if you would like to be entered into our drawing for the completed projects, just share the video and comment shared for me. And then that way I will put you in a drawing so that you can win the completed projects for today. Okay, we have one last card. This is the last card, and I really like this one too. I like all of them. I liked all the cards. If you spend $50 in my online store, I will send you the card kits as a free thank you for your purchase. And your card kit will look like this. It will have everything you need to create the projects, okay? All right. So this has a lot of layering. And again, I went ahead and since you saw me on the first card, run the piece of paper through the embossing folder. I didn't think you should have to watch me do that 4 different times or 3 different times. So I went ahead and I ran this piece of cardstock. This piece of cardstock is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. This is our first layer. Our card base is Lost Lagoon, and then the first layer is called Pool Party. Okay, so I went ahead and I ran this through the Snowflake Sky embossing folder. We're going to go ahead and adhere this down. And I never know, I guess snowflakes fall from the sky and then they pool on the ground into snow. So I'm going to put the bigger part of the embossing at the bottom, leaving 1/8 of an inch border. Okay, Then I am going to take this piece of Lost Lagoon and Whisper White, and I'm going to, or Basic White, sorry, it used to be called Whisper White. I'm going to go ahead and layer those two together. This is 3 1/8 by, right? No. This one is, yes, 3 1/8 by 4 1/8, and this one is 3 by 4. So I'm going to go ahead and layer those two together. And then I'll show you how we get that really cool detail, snowflake detail. Okay. Now this piece is 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. And what I'm going to do with this one is I am going to take the pool party and I'm going to grab my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I'm going to grab the detailed snowflake from here. I'm going to fix this real quick. Okay, I'm going to grab the detailed snowflake from the bundle. And then I'm going to just eyeball it, stick it right here at the front, at the top of my piece of cardstock, and just eyeball and try to get it right at the center. Okay? I was having a discussion with one of my friends. I went to her house the other day and we were talking about not being able to, sometimes the dies will move on you, and we were talking about how do you keep them from moving on you when you put them in your machine. I find that Post-it note tape works really well, especially if you're dealing with, if you're working with a stamped image. Okay, you see it's got these holes here. So what I need to do is I need to punch out that negative space there, so it comes through. See, these are stuck in that negative space. So I'm going to just punch those out and probably get it all over my workspace. Okay, and then we have our little snowflake there. I told my husband I wanted, they sell these carpenter bowls at like the home store, whatever, hardware store, and they have metal on the bottom of them. So if you're working in your workshop, all you have to do is throw your stuff into that bowl and it catches all your metal. And I told him I told him, I said, put that on my Christmas list. All right. So now we're going to take this piece and we're going to adhere it down to our other 3 cardstock layers, okay? A little bit of glue. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to take my adhesive again. Oops. It won't come off my finger. I'm going to use my tweezers for this. I'm going to have to put them on this anyway. So I'm going to take my glue and just run some adhesive around this circle. and around the edges here just to get a good, okay. Then we're going to take and we're going to just put it back into the spot that we punched it out of. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool and I'm just going to lift up the edges and kind of curl it a little bit so that it sticks up and it looks 3D. You could use a Stampin' Dimensional under here if you wanted to make it pop up a little bit more, but I just like it being flat. All right, now I'm going to take and I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. I want to run a strip of ribbon around the back. So I'm going to cut that. I'm going to run a strip of my Stampin' Seal Plus along the back. And then adhere my ribbon. Hold it back this way to make sure it's even. Then we're going to use our liquid adhesive. Green glue is what we call it. Use my green glue and go ahead and put this down in the center of our card. Right. Wiggle it around. Green glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room before it dries. Make sure that's straight. Then we're going to take our label. Line it up. I want to make sure that the hole on the label is pointing to the left. So that way when you make your bow and you put your bow down, it's going to cover up that hole. All right, so I'm using my grid paper again to make sure that my label is straight. We're going to use You Are a One-of-a-Kind, Wonderful Friend. And I'm going to grab, turn it this way so I have more room. I'm going to grab my Lost Lagoon ink pad. Go ahead and ink up that stamp. And then just stamp it right there in the center of the label. If you want the PDF for these projects, you can find them over on my blog, stampedinink.com, or you sign up for my email newsletter and I email them out after the live is over. I'll send them straight to your inbox, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get some dimensionals on here. Put our label down right there in the center. Then create ourselves a bow. I wonder. Let's try this. I'm going to do a fluffy bow on this one. I'm just pulling the threads away from the ribbon to make it fluffy. Let's see. Oh, I kind of like that better. Okay, we're going to do that. And I'm going to grab a few glue dots for the back of our little bow. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it right down there. Then I'm going to grab my paper snips and just snip off the ends there. Go ahead and burnish our edges really well. This one, we did it. Okay, so I'm going to do the inside of the card. We're going to use Lost Lagoon again. Does anybody else have sinus issues when the weather changes? Oh my gosh. All right. We're going to go ahead and look and see what I did here. I do it this way. All right. And, uh-oh, wrong way. For the inside of our card. All right. This will be our last card, and I'll pull all the other ones out here and show them to you. This is finished. We're finishing off the inside of our card. And then we'll add our bling. Oh, I got ink on the inside. Okay, close this up. We're going to add some of our rhinestones. These are some of my favorite jewel embellishments that Stampin' Up! Has. I don't know why. I just really, really like them. I've had them forever. I'm going to use 2 small ones. Oh, come on. Oh, I got an extra one on my finger there. And there's our third card. Okay. What do you think? So, oh, come on. All my rhinestones decided to come off at once. All right. So, there's our projects for today. There we go. All of our projects for today. Okay, I hope that everyone enjoyed the projects today. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you would like the PDF, I explained if you would like the PDF, you can either visit my blog at stampedinink.com, which is here. You can visit my blog at stampedinink.com, scroll to the bottom of the post, and there's a link there for you to download the PDF, or you can join my email newsletter. There's a link in the description of the video to do that. Join my email newsletter and I will email you. I usually try to email about once or twice a week with any specials or anything that Stampin' Up! Is offering, or and then I send out my weekly classes, the products for those. So you can visit my blog to get the PDF. If you place an order before midnight on Sunday, a $50 minimum order, I will send you, as a thank you for your order, I will send you the card kits for these cards here. So it will be one kit for each card. So you'll get all the products to make one of each of the 4 cards that we created today. So you get a card kit for each one of these. You'll need to have your own stamps and ink, because we can't send, Stampin' Up! Policy won't allow us to send pre-stamped images, or just use whatever you have in your stash. But if you would like to have the cardstock and things to create your own, place an order and I will send you the kit for free as a thank you. Let's see. Next week on Wednesday, I will be live on Wednesday at 11 next week instead of on Thursday, because it's, we're getting ready for the holiday. I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys attending, and we'll see you next week. Okay?